Hi and welcome to The Elegant Life. Today, let's dive into how you can increase your feminine energy, because when you do, your confidence will skyrocket. Your relationships will just blossom and soar, and your ability to manifest and live a beautiful life will happen with ease. So let's dive into this now. Before I begin, if learning how to live and manifest using your feminine energies really interests you, then please do subscribe to this channel and hit the like button to this video. All right, let's begin. So in my own life, and I believe in many women's lives, there's been maybe some moments where we've had trauma around our femininity, and so we close off our connection or even our understanding of what we think femininity is. And then also we've been raised in a patriarchal society where outside validation is the thing. You know, we work hard. You're only valuable if you stay at work this long, if you rise up the ladder to this, if you fight for your rights and you become this, if you make a certain amount of money. Outside validation has been rewarded. Even for the feminine body, outside validation. Are you this at this age? Are you this at this age? And we just go through our life trying to feel good enough. And I don't know about you, but I struggled for a very, very long time. I, in particular, had a very traumatic experience when I was in my early teens, and I shut my femininity off. And it was only until I moved to France that I was reintroduced and reconnected. I had my feminine energies activated. And I'll tell you something, it was that year that opened up my entire life. I give thanks to that year of activating my feminine energies for the life that I have now, because it was the instigator for me reconnecting with the real me, the power of me, the comfortability of just being me. Now, as I went on and as I learned and as I expanded in this, my life has just completely opened up. And this is what happens when you learn how to increase your feminine energy and you do it consciously. So the first thing is to actually focus on feminine energies being an energy, and not so much on things that you do or actually that you wear on the outside. Oftentimes we try to do things on the outside of us and we think that that's going to make a big difference. Now, I'll go into some things that can, but I want you to remember that feminine energies are energy. They are a feeling. They are a frequency. They are a way of living and being and interacting with people. So some of the feminine energies are warmth, nurturing, playful, graceful, softness. And so the way that you can actually start being these energies is to smile, is to look in people's eyes when they're talking to you, not looking at your phone going, You know, really connecting with someone, using light touch, holding a hand, giving a pat on the back. I mean, just tapping someone's arm like, hi, how you doing? Connecting. This is a way that a woman can be feminine. So that's the first thing. Stop thinking about that it's you putting on some earrings first and you dressing a certain way. We'll get to that. But first and foremost, this is the energy and the aura that you can be. So focus on laughing, smiling, light touch, physical connection, eye contact. The second way to increase your feminine energy is to focus on your sensuality. Now, let me tell you what that really means. A woman increases her feminine energy when she focuses on things that spark her senses. That's what that really means. And why does this work? Well, it connects us to our body, our senses like our eyes, our hearing, our taste, our touch. All of those bring a woman back into her body. We can get really good at giving and doing and serving people. And yet that keeps us out here. Our power resides in us going within and connecting with our bodies. And so if you want to increase your feminine energy, it's important to focus on adding things that spark your senses. For example, coming home after work and dimming the lights, lighting some candles, choosing a very specific essential oil that you want to diffuse, putting on some lovely jazz music, slipping into some beautiful soft fabrics, the softness, bringing you back into that feminine energy that we have that is our softness. So cashmere, silks, it doesn't even have to be that, but just some fabric that feels really good on your skin. Connect back to your senses. Even when you're plating up your food, make it look like you're dining at a fancy restaurant. Instead of just slapping some rice on your plate, put the rice in a bowl, flip the little bowl over so that on your plate it's this beautiful little mound of food. Beautify your food. Visually make it appealing to yourself. Tell me, what do you like to do when you get home at night? What makes you feel cozy? What makes you feel good and relaxed when you get home? Tell me in the comments below. The next way is to spend time with other women, particularly women who you feel really good around, who you respect, who make you feel good when you're around them. When you are with women who gossip about others, who are constantly complaining, who are always talking about what's wrong in the world, that is not something that's going to lift you up and actually make you feel more feminine. So really choose to be with women who you really resonate with, who you walk away feeling like, yeah, that was a good way of spending my time. And one of the reasons why this increases your feminine energy is simply because women see things in a different way. We view the world and we have a different filter than men do. And so we can just talk to talk. We don't need to talk to get a solution or to talk for a purpose. Sometimes you just want to talk and you just want to laugh and you just want someone to go, oh girl, I get ya. Because men have never been able to experience life as a female. They can't understand it. And so it is really, really key that you phone up a girlfriend, you go out with a girlfriend, or like many of the women who are in my Elegant Art to Feminine Confidence program do, we meet on a regular basis to connect and share and talk at a certain level. So it is really beneficial and important. The next one is to focus on the journey or the process of life rather than the outcome. I don't know about you, but for many, many years, I did, as we are all taught, to set a goal and work towards that goal. And all you need to think about is that goal. Don't take your eyes off the goal. And this is very masculine. The male is achievement focused. For example, we can come home and we can know that we have to cook dinner for the family or ourselves. And we can think of it as, I've got to cook a dinner. Or we can say, I'm going to cook a dinner and I'm going to enjoy the process. I'm going to beautify the process of making a dinner. And so you add beauty and pleasure to that experience. You make it a process, a journey, rather than an outcome. So you decide to put on some nice music and cook while you do that. Maybe you sip at a little glass of wine while you cook your dinner. Maybe for you, listening to a podcast is something you love doing because everybody's off doing their own thing, and you just get that personal time to just be quiet, enjoy a great podcast that uplifts you, and you enjoy the process of cooking. Maybe you say that you're going to try a new recipe on these days of the week. You're going to do that. You're going to enjoy the process. I know for me, this is the one way that I really enjoy that process rather than needing to do it. There could be something even grander, like you have an intention for the next best version of your life. You hear me talking about this all the time. Yes, I do have that as my intention, but I don't have an expectation. I have the anticipation that it's going to happen and I'm going to enjoy the journey. I know that the universe will provide me with experiences to expand and grow, and I'm going to do my part, and I'm going to enjoy the whole process. I have it there. Yes, I want it, but I'm not going to it with an expectation kind of an energy. I'm going with an anticipation. I want that, yes, and I'll allow it to unfold as the divine knows is best for me. So really have this perspective in your life, and that will deeply connect you with your feminine energies, and it will make your life more pleasurable, more full of flow, more full of ease, and more full of elegance. Now, on this topic of being flowing and flexible, I wanted to actually add something that you can do. Now, I did talk about feminine energy being an energy and really working on expanding energies, but there are things that you can actually consciously do that trigger your mind to remember to be flexible and flowing. It's actually about adorning your outside appearance with things that have a flowing or flexible nature to them. They remind you of what it really means to be a female. So let me give you an example. Notice I'm also wearing a very soft, flowing, loose blouse. But on the bottom, if you could see, I'm wearing very structured trousers. And so it's kind of my balance. So the structured trousers are what, kind of is that grounding part to me. And this part reminds me, be flowy, be flexible. You are a woman. You do things in a flowing, flexible way. You're not stuck to something and it can only go that way and the universe can only bring you something this way. No. You're open. Another thing you can do is to wear flowy dress, or even if you're going to wear this very structured suit, you can do your hair in kind of loose, flowy curls or just very loose hair. Add at least one kind of attribute to yourself that is flowing, and you will notice that eventually it will trigger you throughout your day to remember to live your life and to come from the energy of flow and flexibility, which is in tune with who you are as a woman. The next thing that you can actually do is to have a gratitude practice. You've probably heard this all over, but it is one of the key things that a woman can do in her life to connect to her feminine energies and really increase it on a grand scale. Now, why does this happen? We are built as females, physically and emotionally and spiritually, to be receivers. We receive divine guidance. We are very intuitive. Our emotions, we receive feelings from people. We have a lot more empathy for people than the males do. And also our physical bodies. We have a womb that receives sperm. We have a womb that receives and grows a baby. So we are built to be receivers. And so if we are not doing things to connect with that and always just giving, providing, we are living from our masculine energy, which over time will absolutely burn us out. So when you have a gratitude practice, what it does is it puts you in that energy of being thankful for all of the things that you have received, that you've actually allowed yourself to receive. I've allowed myself to receive joy. I've allowed myself to receive a beautiful partner. I've allowed myself to experience love in my life. I allowed myself to receive the beautiful bonus check that I got. I mean, it connects you with this energy of receiving. And then what I always say is whatever you appreciate, appreciates. And so it's a beautiful thing of you connecting, giving yourself permission to receive, being thankful for it, and then receiving even more. And finally, the very last thing on this video anyway that you can do to increase your feminine energy is to move your body. Again, this goes with this whole energy of a woman being a spontaneous, fluid, flowing, flexible type of energy. And also, it connects you to your body. We live so much outside of our body. and we need to come in and connect to our body. This is where our power resides. This is where our guidance resides. Everything is here. And if we're not connected to it, if we're constantly disconnected, we cannot receive any of the inspiration, any of the divine guidance, any of the wellness and vitality if we're not taking care of our body and we're not connecting to it. And so what I say is just move your body daily in any way that feels fluid and flexible, not for achievement, not to get any kind of result. I mean, a lot of women think that yoga is a way to do this, and it is, but it depends what kind of yoga you're doing. If you're at a yoga studio and you're constantly looking at everybody and you're comparing yourself to everybody and you're trying to get to a certain position to impress the teacher, to show yourself and validate yourself, that is not what I'm talking about. That's why I really love yin yoga. So go check out that. So yin yoga is a beautiful one. Putting on some music that you love while you're cooking or while you're cleaning and just, kind of allowing your body to move. Going out and taking dance lessons. I'll leave a card up here to check out Argentinian tango that I learned. I actually took a class because I wanted to connect with that feminine energy of myself. Wow, Argentinian tango will absolutely do that for you. So you can do that, but it can just simply be any kind of movement, even just walking in nature. Nature connects women to their feminine energy as well. So you're moving, you're connecting with nature. It's just truly a way for you to come back here and be connected to the highest wisdom, to your highest energy, to your highest power, your body. Now, if all this information just really felt good to you and you'd like to learn more about how to activate your feminine energies and what that really feels like, as well as how to have unshakable feminine confidence, I really recommend you go check out my free masterclass that I did. I'll put the link below. This is an interactive, beautiful masterclass that you can learn how to own this power and become more feminine in your energy. Thank you so much for watching, and please do remember, if you like this kind of content, subscribe and click the like button. Make it an elegant week, and I will see you next time.